The Lord wrote that one. We are so happy that you folks are here in Brooklyn, New York to worship the Lord with us tonight. We have an amazing service planned for you. Are you pumped? We're going to get you guys pumped. We're going to get you pumped. It's okay if you're not there yet. Some people take a while. You just got to tease them a little bit, and that's what I'm going to do to you. All right. You know, a lot of people out there, I hear them saying, what is church night? I only go to church during the daytime. What is going on here? I never heard of that. What is the dealio, as the kids say? And that's a fair question, okay? And I want to address it. We do address this sometimes, but I wanted to address it at night. There is a difference between nighttime church services and daytime church services. For one, you can swear at a nighttime service, all right? And I have a potty mouth, so that's why we do that. You can get naked at a nighttime church service. If any of you were at our last service up here in New York in April, you might remember there someone got fully nude, stood on a chair, full bush. I loved it. At nighttime, the 10 Commandments are more like 10 suggestions, if you know what I mean. I mean, pretty much anything goes at a nighttime service. I mean, look here. Look at our altered boy, Randy, here. Okay, he's about 37 years too old for the job. He also doesn't speak, and he's a big-time pervert, okay? That would never fly at a daytime church service, but at night, the Lord's like, I don't care, you guys do whatever the fuck you want, I'm going to bed. But honestly, the most important thing about church night, our particular church, is that everyone here, whether it's your first time or you've been coming to our services for the past 5 years, everyone is part of our community, okay, whether you like it or not. All right, so that's why we start every church night service by just by saying hi to each other. It's really easy, a little flesh-on-flesh action. We're going to get a little bit sticky in here, okay? So I'm going to ask you to stand if you're able, and just give those around you a high five, and tell them blessings in light. Can you do that? Blessings in light. Blessings in light. I hope somebody was live on Instagram for that. Okay, you can sit down, okay? All right. Too much. You don't want to over-bless, folks. All right. So, I know what you're thinking. Who is that hot mama up there behind the podium there? Well, my name is Kathy Piata. All right. Some people call me Kath. Some people call me Key Pie. I don't care what you call me as long as you give me some money at the end of the night, if you know what I'm saying. No, just joshing you. I'm not a prostitute anymore. I'm actually the youth minister here at the church, and I do want to say it is my pleasure to take care of your children. I love praying on them. I do. I love it. I want you to invite them every Wednesday night to our youth group, where I honestly, on most occasions, I just put on either Forrest Gump or Look Who's Talking To. I think those films have excellent morals, so I could just take a power nap. It's fine. So that's what I do. That's Randy. You saw him earlier. He's the altered boy. Give him a spin, Rand. That's why we keep him around, okay? That's why we keep him here. And later you're going to meet Reverend Bidet as well. I just have a few announcements before our church service gets started, some updates, all right? So the first one is most of our techie congregation members out there already know this, but that spiritual app Prayer Pass has undergone some serious changes. We had originally recommended it to you last year because it was only $9.99 and you could get one prayer answered every day without ever actually having to get on your knees and do the praying. There was some algorithm in the app or something that did the praying for you. And we thought that was an awesome deal because honestly, who likes praying, you know? I know, it's one of my least favorite parts of organized religion, it is. But what happened was a few months after you guys subscribed to that, the company behind it, Sodom and Gomorrah Inc., had some financial troubles and had to reduce the number of prayers offered to only 3 per month. And then they ended up reducing that to limiting the types of prayers you could get answered to stuff like, you know, forgiveness from like lying and cheating and stuff. So now stealing and murdering were off the table. So obviously they lost a huge subscriber base after that, which is really unfortunate for the people who did opt into the annual membership before that because it was at a lower price point. And that just brings us to now, which the app is pretty much dead. If you open it, it's just a gift of someone's head exploding. So we just want to apologize for recommending that app. We should have known it was too good to be true because you know what? The Lord doesn't like shortcuts. Religion is supposed to be hard. Remember that. All right, moving on. We gotta address this anonymous opinion piece published in the Spirituality Today magazine about our church, because apparently there's someone in our congregation who thinks we're unhinged and don't know how to run the church. They wrote that we are working from the inside, trying to stop us from destroying the community and debasing the Lord's work. Well, we want to take this opportunity to formally and publicly respond to whoever wrote that opinion piece. Thank you so much. Honestly, we need the help. I mean, we never claim to know what we're doing around this church, okay? We make a lot of mistakes. That's just because we're dumb, okay? We call upon the Lord for guidance. Sometimes He's not there. We are happy for the help. So whoever you are, and I'm sure you're here tonight, we don't want you to acknowledge yourself, okay? Because we don't want to have to pay you. But thank you. Thank you for doing that for us from the bottom of our hearts. Whoever clapped is probably the person. I can't see you. I'm not giving you any money. The next announcement is I just want to take a moment to honor one of our beloved community members that passed away. Rest in peace, Dorothy Cummins, okay? Yes, beloved congregation member. She was the head of the women's committee. She donated a lot when the offering plate came around. And I just want to say a few words about her right now. You know, when Dorothy first joined the church, she came up to me and she said, "Kat, I love your hair. Where do you get it styled?" And I said, I actually do it myself. In fact, folks, you know, I've been doing it myself for a long time. I've had the same hairstyle for a while. I put so much hairspray in it that I don't even have to really do it anymore. My hair quit growing. It's just a shell. And the funny thing about my hair, oh my God, this hair is just crazy stories. One time, a bird wanted to make a nest in the booth part of it, and I was like, oh my God, I love baby birds. Yes, I let this robin make her little nest in my hair. And that was great. It went on for a couple weeks. And then I kind of forgot and ended up going to Six Flags and went on a roller coaster. And went on this loop-de-loop part. And the nest, it fell out. And I actually ended up landing back on one of the passengers in the car, and it exploded everywhere, which was unfortunate. And to make matters worse, I got off the roller coaster, and the mama bird came back and started attacking my hair, looking for its poor little babies, and then I had to kill that bird. In front of kids and everything, right there in front of the teacups, right? So now I just have a rule for myself: no birds in the booth, you know? How did I even get on that story? I forgot. Let's move on. All right, this next one is actually pretty serious. We do want to say that our hearts do go out to all those affected by Hurricane Florence. If any of you did have family members down there, our hearts do go out to them. And we are going to pass around an offering plate later. And if you want to put any money in there, we are going to donate that to the North Carolina Disaster Relief Fund. That is 100% true. So when that comes around, maybe we do something fucking good for once in your life and put some money in there. Okay? When those meteorologists said that a storm called Florence was going to hit the East Coast, I was like, this is going to get fucked up. All right? Because I've only known 2 Florences in my life, and they were both cunts. And not in the good, like, British way, like in the bad way. And now I've heard some, like, for the first time I started hearing some sciencey type folks saying that humans have been abusing Mama Earth, okay? And asshole storms like Florence are going to be happening a lot more. And not just that, but the planet is getting hotter. We're running out of water. The ocean is turning into battery acid. They're calling it climate change. And as it says in Episcopalians 7:4, change is never a good thing. All right? So we are going to have to stop it at all costs, folks. And in order to do that, the human population is going to have to start reducing something called carbon emissions.
Did somebody say carbs?
I sure did, Reverend Bidet.
You know, when Kathy first started jabbering about carbs, I thought she was talking about carbohydrates. And I thought to myself, carbohydrates? Baguettes? Hot dog buns? These are the things that can't be bad. The Lord put them here for us to enjoy in unlimited quantities.
Eat croissants until you die.
Amen. But as it turns out, while there's no such thing as having too many carbohydrates, you can have too many carbons.
That's right, because carbon emissions trap the bad gas in our atmosphere. Okay, think about it this way. You ever farted in a car with the windows rolled down?
Oh, hell yes.
That's disgusting. But I'm glad you answered it anyway, honey. It was a rhetorical question, but I'm glad you answered it because it was the only metaphor disgusting enough to get the point across.
Amen.
All right, so here's what we're trying to say. You can put a carb in your mouth, but don't put a carb on in the atmosphere.
And carbon emissions aren't the only things we're doing to fuck up the planet and change its climate. And that's why, starting tonight, here at Church Night, we, as a church, are going to change our climate so that we no longer change our climate.
Makes sense? We've actually come up with a list of 5 distinct things that we can all do right here tonight to help stop the climate change.
That's right. And Randy Santos, the one who should be wearing longer shorts over there, is a certified fucking math whiz. And he is going to calculate live and in real time the change and effect that the steps we are going to take will have to make sure that the carbon that exists in the atmosphere above us is less and it is not more.
That made a lot of sense. You know, folks, we have had it good for a long time. We've been doing whatever we want, but the party stops now, all right? So listen up and pay attention.
Step 1. We are going through water too fast. If we don't start to conserve water, it's going to go away forever. And that's why, here at Church Night, from now on, we pledge to never flush a toilet ever again. Starting tonight, if it's yellow, let it mellow. And if it's brown, keep it around.
You can also shit in a garbage disposal. You don't even have to run the sink.
Same goes for Vitamix.
That's right. Number 2, gasoline
You're not a cigarette smoker if you're not buying the packs, and you're not a carbon emitter if you're not buying the gas.
That's right. You know what? My hands are clean, but my mouth tastes like gas.
Number 3, and this next one is a bit controversial. We want to blow up Mercury, the planet. It's just going into retrograde all the time. It's fucking up your Wi-Fi. It's canceling your goddamn flight plans. If it's willing to do that to the rest of your life, what's it doing to the atmosphere?
Honestly, I don't trust anything that can live that close to the sun and not die. I mean, Mercury doesn't even have its own atmosphere. Why should it care about ours?
That's true. It's gotta go.
Number 4, trash. Okay, now if you're like us, you put your trash in a bag, you put it on the curb, a truck comes along from God knows where, picks up your trash, puts it in, takes it off to God knows where, and throws it in a big heap in something called a dump.
And you know what those trucks are doing when they're driving to the God knows where fucking dump? They're belching out carbon from their belch holes.
So we figured, why not just cut out the middleman and just burn the trash right there on the curb?
It just makes sense. You don't use the gas and you have a beautiful open flame over which to cook a healthy dinner. Now folks, the last thing that we can do to help the environment is perhaps the most important, and I can sum it up in 2 words. More guns.
No, we know what you're thinking. I sense the hesitation. Well, how would that help stop climate change? All right, and to that I want to flip that question on you. How about you don't take away my guns?
Yeah, that's right. How about you back the fuck off, okay? Because everyone knows that the only way to stop bad carbon is a good guy with a gun.
And folks, it is those 5 things that we can all do to make a huge impact and stop climate change once and for all.
Once and for all. Now, Randy, have you successfully tabulated the amount of our percentage contribution, the impactfulness of church night in reducing carbon in the atmosphere by making sure that there is not more of it, but in fact there is less of it?
And Randy, are you prepared to share that number with us and our congregation for the very first time here tonight?
Okay. Well, without further ado, Randy, show them the percentage that all of the congregants here and church night have impacted in the reduction of the carbon emission that contributes to the change of the climate. Show them the fucking number.
No, don't rush a mathematician.
Oh. That's a percentage?
That's okay. That's a little bit lower than I was expecting. I thought we were gonna. Okay.
Especially the guns.
And that's
Okay, wait a minute. What if every church on planet Earth did exactly those 5 steps that we just had in our little listicle? How would that impact that percentage figure, Randy?
so okay. Let me get. I'm not a bad person, but what this number is telling me here is that there's kind of nothing we can do to stop the fucking climate from changing.
Oh. Man, the music stopped and everything. Fuck. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
What do we?
I can't wrap my mind
Just hold
around
on for a second. What do we always say?
No cops.
Okay. no, okay. All right, sure.
It's the number 1 thing that we do say.
What do we say immediately after no cops?
After we say no cops, we say everything happens for a reason.
Everything happens for a reason. Whatever it was that we did happened for a reason. Because the Lord doesn't give us anything that we can't handle.
You know what, Reverend Biddy, you're right.
I think so.
You're right.
Right?
Folks, in fact, the Lord self-published a book by the name of Bible, okay, that we can only know with a certainty that only those with blind faith have, that our shared problem can be solved by just reading through those pages of that book.
That's right. And I promise to each and every one of you, as your new spiritual leader, as of about 40 minutes ago, that by the end of this night, we will dig deep and get to the bottom of this.
Amen. No, folks, I think it's a good time to bow your heads in prayer.
Oh, shit.
Dear unnamed Governor of the universe, we just want to say thank you for giving us this beautiful planet to have our way with and do whatever we want to. It's been a lot of fun up to this point. We know our actions have caused major devastation and will likely wipe out huge populations of mostly poor people. But we do know that it is all happening because it is your will. You must have wanted this to happen, Lord, or else why would you have invented plastic and coal and the Koch brothers? No matter what happens, oh God, please bless the fuck out of our service tonight, because this is going to be a fun time. It really is. And give us this day the daily bread, and to the republic for which it stands, or whatever. In his name we say, peace. Amen, folks. Amen. Well, you all are great. I hope that one has a smile on his face now, and I think we're turning him around. This is very fun, very exciting. We have some incredible performers who are going to share their gifts with all of us here tonight. And I am so excited to welcome up to this stage the first one. A very, very funny, inspirational speaker who's gonna make you laugh. So put on your laughing strap-ons and get ready for a great time. He has appeared on Vice, and we're just so happy to have him here tonight. Please put your hands together for Chris Calogero.
Now I love it. Now I like it, actually.
Chris Calogero! Fantastic. You know, I do want to say I don't shower very much and touch my ass and my eyeballs all the time. Nothing bad's ever happened. I have 20/20 vision. Now, folks, are you ready for a little bit more old-timey religion? All right, we got the good news of the Lord coming up for you. I'd like to welcome up to this pulpit Reverend Dr. Stevedore Maybelline Bidet, Esquire, and Randy the Altered Boy.
Oh my Lord, look at all of these beautiful new faces.
They're
Did you see them?
I love them.
I've seen a few of them over there that I'm very drawn to. Oh. Okay. What do we do at the beginning? That's right. Before we start, before we do anything, I think I know what we're going to do. Can I get an amen? Amen! Come on, give me an amen! Amen! Give me an hallelujah! Hallelujah! Give me an hallelujah! Hallelujah! Shaka Khan! Shaka Khan! Shaka Khan! Shaka Khan! Oh! Shit, yeah. I think that covers all of it. I think that just about covers all of the religions that could possibly be in here tonight. Look at all of these beautiful people here tonight in a brand new church.
I know we're happy to be here at the gutter for the first time.
Happy, brand new church, a brick and mortar facility in which to do anything we want where no one from the outside can look in. Now, if that's not a church, I don't know what is. Okay, now I noticed that you probably have. I think you asked earlier, man. There's some new members of the flock.
I
out
didn't
there.
ask you, actually.
Did you not? How many people have been to a church night before? Oh, yeah. Okay, so usually people applaud. That's fine. You don't have to. How many people have never been to a church night before? Oh man!
Why are we clapping for that?
I don't know. That's right, you should have been. It's 5 years now. That's embarrassing and sad for us. There shouldn't be any cheers. But I know that for those of you who are new, you're probably asking yourself a few questions right now. Okay, and 3 that I can think of is, what is this place? What did I get myself into? And why am I here? Because this seems like a mistake that I've made. Maybe you've made a new friend and you made the mistake of trusting their taste in nighttime activities. Maybe you're here because you wanted to be able to text your mom on Monday and say, Mom, I did go to church this weekend, so why don't you step off my dick? Or maybe you're just here because you're exhausted from a full day of jet skiing in the East River with some of your new wealthy Russian friends. And you just needed somewhere to sit down, right? Everyone's had that kind of day. But no matter the reason, no matter whether it's the first night or you've been here since the beginning, all are welcome at church night. Our weird little enclave for the heathens. I got any heathens out there? Woo! Well, that's fucking great because church night is the church service that gets down on its knees and services each and every one of you. And we love nothing more than to watch all of you come together at the same time in the name of the Lord while He gingerly watches.
We're super into it.
That's His prerogative. Okay? You get that kind of job title, you can do that kind of thing. Now, who's ready for some good news? Anyone want some good news? Okay. That's right. The religious part. Sometimes people shy away from it because it's icky. You shouldn't. Because I have a good time no matter what happens. Now, folks, ordinarily the good news of the Lord is a reading from the book of Matthew or Marcus or Lucas or Jonathan. Okay? But we're not going to do that tonight for 2 reasons. Number 1, because that material's pretty well cooked and there's not many hot takes left. There's nothing I can do that's going to blow your fucking mind, so why try? I'm doing it for the gram as much as y'all are. But 2, because we've got something more important to talk about. Okay? You don't know what it is yet. I know who I could sell a car to in this room. Now, I don't want to be too on the nose about what it is that we got to talk about. But what it is our planet's changing climate. Okay?
It was pretty on the nose.
Still don't quite know what that means. We all just learned today, thanks to Kathy's announcements, that climate change is a problem. Now, none of us knew before, but all of us know now. So what are we going to do with that nugget of information? Okay? Now, I know what you're going to say. Reverend Bidet, climate change is decidedly bad news and not good news. So why put it in this part of the night? Okay? But I'm here to tell you that that's probably true. It is bad news. But at the very least, there is a silver... Don't you fucking eyeball me, Randy. You look out at them and you don't make eye contact with them. You look at them like a sea of... Don't fucking do that to me ever again. Ever again while I'm in... I fucking hate you, Randy.
You can look at me, Randy.
Hey, shouldn't look at anyone. Yeah. You piece of shit. Nobody knows what I'm talking about now. I'm here to tell you that climate change is probably bad news. Okay? But at the very least, there is a silver lining around the edge of it. No one knows what the shape of climate change is. We are not fucked, or at the very least, some of us are not fucked. You see, all of this has happened before in something we call the past. The Lord, in His infinite wisdom, has given us what lawyers call precedent. Okay? Lawyers will get that joke. It's a lawyer thing. He already told us what to do in Genesis. Now, I know when I say that word, Genesis, everyone thinks of like 5 things. Peter Gabriel, Phil Collins, early 80s, pastels, and just fucking mountains of cocaine. But I am talking about the Genesis flood story. That's what it sounds like. Y'all almost got a Gallagher up front. Y'all know what I'm talking about? I mean, does Noah ring a bell? I said, does Noah ring a bell? Shit, yeah!
Love him.
You see, back in Noah's time, God was real angry for a bunch of weird reasons. Okay? People were putting 2 of the same kind of animal in the same field. Okay? People were making eye contact with each other. Alright? People were building towns on top of things that weren't cemeteries.
They were eating pork with like plums and shit.
That's right, they were putting pork in their mouths at the same time that plums were in there. Plums! And the Lord looked down at this and he said, humanity is clearly not capable. Son of a bitch, right? The Lord looked down and he set the pork and the plums in the same mouth. And he said to himself, humanity is not capable of getting its shit right. And so he said unto himself in his home, which is a galaxy made of Wi-Fi billions of light years away. He said, man, hard reset, we're starting again. Imagine the Earth as an iPhone. He pressed the home button and the sleep-wake button until he saw that fucking Apple logo. Nothing remained. And he chose to do it with a flood, because the Lord is metal as fuck. And he made it rain for 40 days and 40 nights, and that's all it took, because as we all know, the Earth was much smaller back then. Some people say it was the size of a large medicine ball. But before he made it rain, okay, and that's back when Earth was great and making it rain meant making it rain, the Lord realized that he needed someone to stay behind and repopulate the Earth with less shitty people. So he found the most vital and fit human being on Earth, a 600-year-old man named Noah. And he looked Noah into his ripped face and dead shark eyes and he said, build me a fucking boat. Now Noah was an amazing man. Ripped, chiseled biceps and pecs and a long gray mane. Not many people know this. He was the Bible's first silver fox. His brow often furrowed betrayed a deep worldly understanding. With his brawn, and his intelligence and his perfect abs, he did build the Lord a boat. And he built the largest boat ever constructed with just his bare hand. The right one.
Probably a hammer or something, nails.
It didn't cover that in Genesis.
Oh, yeah.
We don't know.
We don't know. I don't know.
And maybe a hammer or something. And then he did what anyone would do when asked to save humanity. He filled up that boat with animals. Okay? All kinds of animals. Big ones, tiny ones, lions, birds, fucking Komodo dragons. And because of Noah's efforts, humanity somehow survived. Although I don't know how that works, since I don't think any people were there.
Noah and his wife.
It was just,
who was a woman.
Right, it was just his wife. So it was all animals and then Noah and his wife. Which means that some serious south of the Mason-Dixon line shit was going on.
I kissed my cousin once. 5-star would kiss again.
It's nice. Desperate times. desperate measures. Okay, the point is, Noah and his wife and all those animals did what they had to do. And that is why all of us are here today. Humanity preserved, revered. But times have changed. Humanity got shitty again. And the Lord is angry again. And is anyone really surprised? I mean, we went to the moon, and the Lord fucking hates the moon. I mean, everyone knows that.
He didn't want us to go.
He didn't want us to go. It is his least favorite celestial body.
Leviticus 2:5.
No moon. I mean, it could not have been clearer anywhere but the fucking moon. And he's very pissed off, and his wrath is going to be fucking crazy. Okay? Hurricanes, thunderstorms, glaciers falling on people. Okay? New kinds of lightning. Ball lightning. That's the thing, you look that shit up, it'll come into your fucking eyes. Okay? It's going to be bad. Now, I know what you're saying. Who among us is righteous enough to propel humanity into the future? Now, at first, we thought it was Elon Musk. But I think the last few months have showed all of us that we were so wrong.
He just has a super cool name.
It's just a nice name. It's got a ring to it. That's it. We were taken in.
We were.
I was. It's hard not to.
I have a picture of him above my bed.
So do I. So if not Elon Musk, who? Okay? So through deep prayer and reflection, the answer to this question, who's going to save us, right? It became clear to us. And that answer is, it's everyone for themselves. I mean, it really is, right? Every fucking one for themselves, because it's going to get bad. Right? And y'all can do whatever you want, but here at Church Night, we've made an important decision. Should I?
Tell him.
We're going to do the boat thing. We're going to build a boat! Oh my Lord, we're going to build a boat, because boats are sick as hell. Who doesn't love a boat? We love boats.
I love boats.
We're boat people.
We're boat folks.
Boat folks. We are a triumvirate of boat folks up here. Okay? We are boat folks. Because boats are amazing. Anyone have a friend with a boat? Anyone have? Oh my Lord. And they call you and you see their name on the caller ID and you're like, oh fuck me. I just hope, I close my eyes and I hope they're going to say, we should go down the shore this weekend. We should go out on the boat. Oh. Because they're not someone you'd be friends with if they didn't have a boat. I mean, hell, Randy lives on a boat. Something about liking to spend his time in international waters. He feels more free out there. I don't know what that means. Oh, and Kathy and I spent most of this last summer at Lake Havasu.
It was a good time.
It's so fun. You should go if you haven't. The point is, the Lord has made it clear that boats are fucking awesome above all else. And we're going to get one. And if you want to survive this world-ending flood, you can hop on our boat. That's right, you can hop on our boat. But only if you're a boat person. Do I got some boat people out there? Where are my boat folks at? Where are my boat folks at? Boat folks for the Lord.
Yes.
Oh, shit. And that's why, to round out the good news for our congregational call and response section, we're just going to talk about how fucking sick our boat's going to be. And y'all are going to shout out when we raise our hands up like this. Boat folks for the Lord! Boat folks for the Lord! I'm going to try that one more time. Boat folks for the Lord! Hit it, Kathy. Number one. Our boat's going to be fucking big. I mean, it's going to be real big. From tip to taint. It is going to be the length of 7 Eiffel Towers. And I mean Eiffel Tower literally and not figuratively, people. And we don't trust anyone to make it, so we're going to 3D print it ourselves. data plans, and we can access fucking everything out there. Wikipedia for days. We're gonna go down YouTube holes. By the time the whole thing is said and done, we're gonna know how to survive in the wilderness. God, I love the iPhone. Powered by pure faith, love of the Lord, and a nuclear reactor that we've stolen from a Nimitz-class aircraft carrier. Folks, this boat doesn't burn any fossil fuels, all right? Just plutonium, okay? Nuclear is safe, by the way. If we'd embraced that 30 years ago, we'd not be part of this mess right now.
Votes for the Lord!
Nuclear power for life. My personal favorite. Every single floor, deck on this boat is going to have a fully functional and well-stocked Roy Rogers fixin' bar. Or as we like to call it, free chopped. Okay? Fixin's bar. Iceberg lettuce, onion, tomato, mayonnaise. Oh, you want Fixin's bar. Iceberg lettuce, mayonnaise, onions, lettuce. Oh, you want
Fixin's bar.
I thought I was going to say. I forgot which way it was going to go. The point is, the Fixin's bar isn't just for the fucking New Jersey Turnpike anymore. It's going to carry us into the goddamn future. Votes for the Lord. We're going to have two types of every cat. And I'm not talking about breeds. Okay, I'm not an idiot. All right? I'm talking about two types of cats that like it when you come home and rub up against your ankles. I'm talking about two types of cats that like to be in the sink when you're running your water when you're shaving or whatever. I'm a cat. Why do I like water? I don't know. Nobody does, but it's fun. It gets you a bunch of fucking views on YouTube. And two of every kind of cat that you come home, you sit down, you had a bad day, someone you love died, and it looks in your face and it walks away.
Votes for the Lord!
And last but not least, our boat is gonna have a Blu-ray player. Oh shit, eat your heart out, Laserdisc. And we're gonna bring all kinds of movies. I'm talking Moonstruck. I'm talking Raising Arizona. I'm talking Leaving Las Vegas. I'm talking Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans. I'm talking motherfucking Face Off. But there's only gonna be one Star Wars, singular Star Wars. And it's gonna be Attack of the Clones, okay? If I see you carrying a Blu-ray of fucking New Hope under your goddamn arms, I'll throw your ass in the fucking water!
Votes for the Lord!
Folks, that is tonight's good news. Thank you so much.
Wow. Yeah, folks, Randy, you know you can't get too close to
Don't
Reverend
get too close.
Vijay.
I'll take you down.
Folks,
I used to wrestle.
alright folks, it's time for the hymn,
Oh,
okay?
my Lord.
This is a fun chance for us to offer up a song of worship unto the Lord. The Lord loves it when we sing,
He loves it.
even if we sing out of key, and He particularly loves the hymn song that we have chosen for tonight. It
Big
is
fan.
Smooth by Santana, featuring Rob Thomas.
This life ain't good enough about it. Yeah!
Amen. Amazing.
I don't know how Rob Thomas does it.
It's auto-tune, Reverend Vijay.
He must do cardio or whatever.
It's a hologram. Alright, we gotta clear the stage here because we have, be careful when moving this, because this is made out of nothing but Cheetos. Now, folks, we have the Witness to Faith coming up next. Now, those of you who have been to the service before know what the Witness to Faith is. Oh, I just love her. Oh my God. Do you guys know what Bible story that was? Easy, Noah. The Noah one. It's on theme. It was on theme.
Folks, how's everyone feeling tonight?
Woo!
Has everyone had a good time Now we're nearing the end of this beautiful church service, okay? I know. Oh, we're getting close to the time where all of us go home. Probably not, because it's New York, so you like, after this, I imagine you just go out to dinner. And then after that, you do weird Tinder/Grindr stuff until the sun comes up. And I and the Lord am fine with all of
If anyone
that.
does have cocaine, let us know.
That's right. He's not watching anymore. We're done. We're done with the Lord. The Lord's tuned out. He's watching primetime or whatever. He's on the West Coast. But folks, before we get out of here, we want to leave you with just a tiny little bit of a sermon. Okay? A tiny little bit. Now, who's got experience with the sermon? Has anyone ever been sermoned before? Okay? Now, I imagine a lot of those times you're sitting there and you're saying, this doesn't apply to me. Or this person is just talking at me. And that could be true tonight, too. I don't know. Okay? I don't know your experience or where you came from. But I do know that we all shared something together tonight. We saw a problem come at us like a fucking truck. A climate problem. An earth problem. You know what we saw? We saw danger in the form of climate change. I don't know about y'all, but for me, tonight has been a roller coaster. Okay? I've been up on great highs talking about softball and stuff. And then I've been down in great lows thinking about glaciers falling into waters and flooding the world's cities and killing millions of people. Okay? Then I've been back up on great highs talking about Roy Rogers Fixins bars and mayonnaise. And then I've been back down to great lows talking about thunderstorms that can kill. They're supposed to be dramatic and romantic. Now I felt stressed out when just, I don't know, 6 hours ago, really, for the first time I discovered that climate change was an existential threat to humanity. And I was stressed out not just because I realized that no matter what happens, we're probably not going to outrun this thing. It's going to get us like a freight train. But then I thought, man, I got to carry around a lot of stress every day. Thinking of that. I already got student loans. Why would the Lord throw that on me too? Okay? But then, through the clouds, from his galaxy up on high, the Lord parted my forest of fear and doubt, and he shone a single sunbeam down on Lake Havasu. And the Lord gave us a boat. Give me a boat. That's it. When someone says give you a boat, you don't say boat, you cheer. That's the universal language for boat. And sure, we'd come up with some really good ideas on how to fix it. Like fucking blowing up Mercury. Fuck Mercury. What has it ever done for anyone? Nothing. We don't remember it's a fucking thing. We think, oh, that thing in thermometers, right? That's right in. And then it's in retrograde, and we're like, oh, I know what Mercury you're talking about.
Better not buy a house.
Better not buy a house. We shouldn't close because financial and real estate contracts are going to be negatively impacted by Mercury being in retrograde. Okay? We came up with great ideas like taking care of that shit at the source by destroying the plant. But then we found out that's not going to be enough. So we got a beautiful boat idea. A wonderful boat that takes us off into the next place. Into this beautiful land. But folks, then I started thinking to myself, and I rarely do that. I started thinking, what happens after the boat times? Now, I know when you all were hearing about Cats and Nicolas Cage movies up and including Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans. Fuck yeah! Y'all weren't thinking, what happens after the boat times? But then I thought the water comes down, and it's all of our jobs to repopulate planet Earth. But then I started thinking for myself again. And I thought, well, what is left for us? Because Genesis didn't really cover that. I mean, someone just recently raised a good point to me that when that water recedes, there's just going to be dead bodies everywhere. I mean, I'm talking everywhere. Like tip of the fucking Empire State Building, dead bodies. Okay? I'm talking like down there, like Union Square, like someone who was probably just fucking playing Pokemon Go. And they're just down there, and they've still got their just, it's disgusting. Right? And then I thought, well, who decides what happens afterwards? Does Randy decide? Okay. Okay, look, you can cheer or you can boo.
No, you don't want that.
But if we get another shot at this and Randy's in charge, prepare for fucking Fire Festival Earth. Okay? Because that's what that shit's gonna look like. And I thought, no! Oh my Lord! I didn't even think for 1 second that this already happened to Noah. And we got here again. We did it again. Why? We're here. We made a terrible mistake. And there's a possibility that we might fail again. A hat trick of fucking up. What if we come up with all new kinds of cock brothers? What if we come up with all new kinds of fossil fuels? I don't know, dig deeper, different kinds of dinosaurs. And that's when it occurred to me. That's when I realized it.
Yeah, the organ did.
Gee, if we could hit the organ that was supposed to be like a dramatic, if we could just go up on the,
Yeah, I'm true.
if we could just, on the organ, if we could,
Yeah.
if we could get it up.
It's not happening.
That's when I realized it. That's when it hit.
It's a problem.
Is it, maybe it's in the DI? Is it in the DI? We could give it
I'm here.
is it up? Is that channel up back there? Is it, if we could, I don't know, is it, maybe
Johnny's
it's in,
here to try to fix it.
It
Oh,
could-
there it is. Look, he came and he touched it.
That's nice.
It's Johnny. Thank you, Johnny. Sorry about that. It's probably my fault. I have no idea how to play the organ.
I don't know. I bought that adapter at the CVS. Okay. Should we back up this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just do the lead in.
What did I say again? What did I say?
Something
That's when I
about what's
realized
gonna
it. That's when it hit me.
happen.
Okay. And that's when I realized it. That's when it hit me. People, we can get all the second chances we want, but if we're not taking advantage of what we have now, what's the point? Give me an amen. Folks, for the love of God, we can go off into the sunset on our crazy, fancy fucking boat with the Roy Rogers sticks and bar and all kinds of cabs, but we have solutions to things that we could have done right here and right now, today and tomorrow. Give me an amen. We could have voted. Give me an amen. And I hope we all do. And people, oh Lord, well, I think to myself, sure there's another side, sure there's another chance, sure there's another opportunity. If you put all of yourself in the idea that your tomorrow is going to be brighter, more profitable, and more joyous than today, then you're not living life to the fullest, and you're not experiencing what's around you in a way that's going to make you feel like a human being. Give me an amen. What I want each and every one of you to walk out of here with tonight is an understanding that all hope is not lost, be it student loans, pretty grim, but it's okay. Climate change, politics, I don't care. You look at the person to the left of you and you look at the person to the right of you and you say, we're going to march out there, God damn it. And we're going to live for today. No,
Well,
that's perfect. You
thank you,
can't
Johnny.
have an organ.
That was really good.
Is it oh, benediction?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Get this out of here, fucking Randy. Come on. All right, we get it. Randy's a piece of shit. Let's cheer him. That's.
I think he's cute.
And here I am like an asshole. I didn't know that pouring gasoline on a fire made a sound. So folks, we are just so blessed and so happy that y'all came out tonight.
Thank you very
Okay?
much.
We hope you had a good time.
Yes. And thanks to Johnny and Joanna and everyone at the Gutter Bar
Thank you
who
all
has
so much.
invited us here, and all of you for coming out.
This was so fun. And how about the people who performed for you here tonight? For Chris, come on. For Fam Appeal, come on. For Emily, come on. Now, ordinarily, at the end of the service, we give everyone Shots and Tots communion.
Yeah.
And for those of you who have had a communion wafer and a glass of shitty old wine, we swapped that out, okay? We took artistic liberty and we replaced that with a crispy tater tot and a shot of vodka whiskey. Now, because of what we did
Yes.
in the state of New York once, a long time ago, we can't do that tonight. Because none of us are going back to jail.
I mean, I would.
It has its upsides. But certainly not for that, okay? Go big or go home. So instead, we're going to close out tonight's service by singing a benediction unto all of you in thanks of this experience we've shared tonight. Randy will hold the microphone. If you can- If you can fucking manage it. But perhaps more importantly, because without you we've been nothing, we appreciate and love all of you.
So fucking much.
When you leave tonight, please find us on Facebook.com. And make sure you find Church Night, Facebook.com/ChurchNightDC. We're kind of like bi-coastal now, but when we started we were in DC, so don't ask any fucking questions about it. And go there and headlock and send it to like your friends and some of your more progressive family members and tell them to like it too.
And also, like, no one's on Facebook anymore, and we're on the other social medias.
No one gives a shit about Facebook anymore. I regret everything I just said. Go to Twitter @SingleChurchNotDC. Also find us on Instagram @SingleChurch_not_DC. We used to have just Church Night, but then we posted hardcore pornography and they banned us.
Again, I'm very sorry about that.
If anyone from Instagram is listening, we're very sorry. We regret it, kind of not really, but we'd really like to have that account back. We had a whole bunch of fucking followers.
Having found myself exhausted, I'm all kinda ready to go, maybe take a shower early.